it just got real. After days of silence, heartbreak, and betrayal, Chrisean Rock has finally broken her silence by walking straight into a Los Angeles police station. And what she handed them could flip this entire custody battle on its head. Sources confirm Chrisean has officially filed a police report against Blueface's mother, Carlisa, alleging manipulation, emotional coercion, fusa, and unauthorized custody interference. But that's not even the most explosive part, because just hours after the report was filed, a secret audio recording leaked. And in that recording, a woman's voice, allegedly Carlisa, saying the quiet part out loud. She was never supposed to find out. But now that we got the baby, it don't matter. The internet is in flames. Fans are demanding investigations. Legal experts are weighing in. And Carissa, nowhere to be found. This isn't drama anymore. This is criminal. And what comes next could land someone in handcuffs. Stay right here, because what you're about to hear will change everything. The internet thought it had seen it all: motel surveillance, custody wars, cryptic posts, and friends turned traitors. But what happened yesterday morning marked a turning point. Not for headlines, not for gossip, but for Chrisean Rock herself. After days of emotional silence, minimal posts, and one haunting photo of her hospital bracelet, Chrisean stepped out of the shadows and into action at exactly 9:37 a.m. She walked into a police precinct in downtown LA, flanked by her new legal rep and one quiet assistant. No cameras, no makeup. Just focus. Inside, she handed officers a folder. Multiple pages. A written statement, and tucked inside a protective case, a USB drive. What's on that drive? We now know: a recorded phone conversation sent to her anonymously just 48 hours earlier. The voice on the recording, allegedly, Carlisa Saffold, and the content. Enough to shake the entire custody case down to its foundation. But to understand how we got here, how Chrisean went from motel breakdown to filing a report against the woman who now holds her child, you have to go back 3 days. The moment that motel video dropped, fans were divided. Was Chrisean tricked? Did she willingly hand over baby Junior? Was she spiraling? Or just manipulated? But one thing was clear: she was broken. And according to insiders, after the footage leaked, Chrisean started getting strange dimes from private accounts. No names, just burner pages with cryptic messages like, "They lied to you. She planned it. Check your old voicemails. She slipped up once. She said it on the phone. She just didn't think anyone was listening." At first, her team thought it was trolls, until an audio file hit her manager's inbox. No sender. The file was short, roughly 3 minutes, but what it contained? Once we got him out of that room, she broke. That's how it works. She's loud, but she's soft when it comes to that baby. She really thought T was helping her. But now that we got the baby, it don't matter. Let her heal in peace. Handled. CarlisasVoice.com. Cold matter - fact. The file spread through Chrisean's camp like wildfire. One assistant reportedly dropped her phone and said, "Oh my God, she was right. She was really set up." That was the moment Chrisean snapped back into focus. Not to scream, not to post, but to act. Sources close to her legal team confirmed that the police report includes the audio as evidence of deliberate deception and custodial interference, suggesting Carlisa orchestrated a false handoff under the pretense of protecting Chrisean's mental health, only to claim full custody behind her back. But here's where it gets deeper. That call wasn't new. It was a month old, dated weeks before the motel incident, meaning this wasn't a reaction, was premeditated. Even more disturbing, the leak came from inside Carlisa's own circle, a now deleted account claiming to be Carlisa's former friend said this in a viral post. "I warned her. I told her not to say all that on the phone. She didn't care. Said the system would never side with Chrisean anyway." Whether that post was real or not, the internet believed it. And now public pressure on law enforcement has skyrocketed. #investigate Carlisa is trending globally. Multiple media outlets have picked up the story. Legal experts on CNN even debated whether the leaked recording qualifies as evidence of custodial fraud. But in the middle of all this, Chrisean has stayed silent. No interviews, no statements. It's just one quote leaked from someone inside the precinct. "I'm not doing this for drama. I'm doing this for my son." Now, everyone wants to know, will Carlisa be charged? Will CPS reverse the custody ruling? Was Blueface in on it too? And most importantly, what happens when the full audio is released to the public? Because sources say the 3-minute leak was only half the call. The moment Chrisean walked into that precinct and handed over the USB drive, the custody battle was no longer a family dispute. It became a criminal investigation. Police sources confirm the LAPD's Family Crimes Unit is now reviewing Chrisean's formal statement, supported by the alleged audio confession of Carlisa Saffold, who currently has temporary custody of baby JR. And while most would panic under the pressure of a police report, Carlisa responded with smug defiance. Within hours of Chrisean's report hitting social media, Carlisa posted a video filmed in her kitchen wearing a robe, coffee in hand. Her words, "She got time for police now, but not for parenting. Okay? Let me know how that works out. I got my grandbaby. He fed, clean, and happy. Y'all can stay mad." It was like a slap in the face. The comment section erupted. "You're laughing while a mother is grieving." This woman is dangerous and delusional. She really thinks this is a game. And the response wasn't just from fans, celebrities began to weigh in. Jada Pinkett Smith tweeted, "When mothers weaponize control against each other, the child always loses. This ain't power. This is poison." Moniece Slaughter posted to her story, "If that was my mom doing this to me, she'd never see my kid again." Meanwhile, Blueface remained silent, which only fueled speculation that he was involved in the handoff scheme all along. His last public statement was still the ominous, "We got more receipts." But then came the first official legal ripple. According to court records obtained by a gossip outlet, Chrisean's lawyers have filed an emergency petition demanding a full reevaluation of baby JR's custody arrangement based on new audio evidence suggesting coercion, intent to mislead, and conspiracy to remove the child under false pretenses. And now, the judge who approved Carlisa's emergency custody has issued a 48-hour review order. What that means, Carlisa must present documentation and justification for every step taken to remove baby Jr. from Chrisean's care, including proof that Chrisean agreed knowingly and willingly. If she can't, custody could be revoked immediately. But then came a twist no one expected. Chrisean's former best friend who filmed the secret motel video flipped. Yes, the same T who fans had just crucified for betraying Chrisean. The same T who posted and deleted that I was trying to help IG story. She just switched sides. Publicly in a raw, unedited Instagram live, T sat on her couch, no makeup, tears in her eyes, and confessed everything. "I messed up. I thought I was helping her, but they lied to me too. Carlisa promised me she just wanted to help Chrisean get her head right. She said if I recorded the motel stuff, it would prove she was unwell. I believed her." She paused, then added, "But after hearing that audio, I feel sick. She planned it from the jump and I helped. I didn't know it was a setup. I just wanted my friend to be okay. But now, I can't live with myself if I don't speak up." Fans went crazy. T flipped. She's testifying. She was used to it was all Carlisa, all of it. T went on to say she had already reached out to Chrisean's legal team and would be submitting her own written statement to the court and police. She also confirmed that Carlisa had been in contact with her daily leading up to the motel incident, guiding her on what to say, what to record, and even suggesting capture her crying. It'll help. That part of the live, clipped and posted by the Neighborhood Talk. 8 million views in 4 hours. Suddenly, T wasn't the villain. She was the missing witness, and the internet wasted no time flipping the narrative. T is the key. She testifies, it's over. Carlisa. About to be exposed in court. Blueface better start distancing himself fast. But even as fans rallied behind Chrisean and T's confession gained momentum. Something else leaked in this time came from Carlisa herself. A screen recording of text messages between Carlisa and an unknown contact, supposedly from 2 weeks before the motel incident. In them, Carlisa allegedly brags bout to pull this custody move now. She busy crying on IG, she won't even know what hit her. She followed with another message. Once the baby out her hands, she's done. CP's gonna eat her alive. The texts weren't confirmed, but the tone matched the voice in the leaked call. And the timestamps matched the day of Chrisean's viral breakdown. More and more, it became clear. This wasn't a coincidence. It was a coordinated takedown now, with police, the courts, and the entire internet watching. Carlisa's grip on the situation is starting to slip. Her arrogance, once applauded by Blueface fans, is now being viewed as cold, manipulative, and calculated. And Chrisean, for the first time in weeks, she reposted T's apology video. No caption, no emoji. Just a quiet acknowledgement that the tables are turning. But there's one more twist brewing. Because what fans don't know is that the full 9x8 audio recording hasn't been released yet. And insiders say the last 2 minutes contain a name no one expected. A name that ties someone else directly into the setup. A name that might destroy this case or blow it wide open. The world had already been rocked by the 3-minute audio leak. But when the full 9-minute version was finally uploaded to a whistleblower blog at midnight, everything changed. This wasn't just a rant or a conversation. This was a blueprint. The full recording begins calmly enough. Carlisa's voice is steady, smug even, as she speaks to an unidentified caller. She's spiraling again, crying every night. Posting sad songs like Anyone Cares. That's when you move. You strike when they're broken. The voice on the other end remains mostly quiet, but halfway through the call, something devastating happens. Carlisa starts naming names. T said she got the motel picked out. She'll play her part, and your boy, he's already on board. He said whatever keeps CPS happy and cameras away, he'll back it. The response is faint, but clear. Bet. Just make sure Chrisean don't find out till it's done. To face later, face. It didn't take long for fans to put the pieces together. She said face, as in Blueface. He knew. He was involved. Oh, this ain't custody anymore. This is conspiracy. The full audio ignited the internet like a forest fire soaked in gasoline. Within 30 minutes. Hashtag Blueface Exposed was trending #1 globally. TikTok creators dropped back-to-back breakdowns. Legal analysts jumped on IG Lives to dissect what this meant. For custody and criminal charges, entertainment. Tonight's digital segment ran an emergency live stream titled, "Did Blueface Conspire to Strip Chrisean of Custody?" And the fallout didn't stop there. Screenshots surfaced showing Blueface texting a mutual friend, allegedly saying, "Let her cry it out. I can't have her ruining everything I built." That text dated back to the same night Chrisean checked into the motel. Even Blueface's silence at the time, which once felt like indifference, now looked like strategy. The internet turned fast. So he let Carlisa orchestrate the whole thing while he kept his hands clean. This ain't just shady, says SICK. He watched the mother of his child fall apart and stayed quiet. Then came the media storm. The Shade Room posted the full audio. The Breakfast Club brought on a legal panel. Rolling Stone ran an op-ed titled, "When Family Becomes the Villain, the Chrisean Rock Nightmare." But it was Angela Yee who said what everyone else was afraid to. This sounds like premeditated emotional abuse, coordinated by a family that wanted full control, not to help, not to support, but to erase. Meanwhile, Chrisean's legal team dropped a statement. The release of the full recording confirms what our client has maintained all along. This was not a moment of concern. It was a campaign of manipulation. And in that moment, the internet did something rare. They unified. We owe Chrisean an apology. This ain't drama. This is a woman getting psychologically jumped. Protect her immediately. While the public shifted to her side, Blueface's world began to collapse. His Spotify numbers dropped overnight. Brand partners quietly pulled back. One blog even claimed his reality show deal was under review. Then came the real kicker. CPS released a formal statement in a rare move. The department acknowledged it had received new evidence currently under urgent review and that all current guardianship agreements are subject to immediate reassessment. Translation: Carlos's custody of baby Junior could be suspended within 48 hours. But that's not even the shocking part, because just hours after the full audio dropped, Carlisa disappeared. Her Instagram deleted, her Twitter locked, her phone out of service, according to TMZ, and people started asking the obvious: where did she go? Is she running from charges? Is Blueface hiding her? Meanwhile, insiders claim Chrisean has filed a request for supervised visitation rights to see baby Junior, the first step in building her case for full reunification. And as the tide turns, a new ally steps forward. Chrisean's older sister, Letitia, who has remained silent for months, finally spoke out. They tried to break her. They did, but she's still standing. She never gave up on her baby, and now she's about to win him back. Letitia's post went viral. The comment section filled with hope. Let's bring that baby home. It's her time now. She fought through hell, and she's still here. But as the story reaches fever pitch, a shadow looms. Because in the final seconds of the full audio, after Carlisa finishes her scheme, I think there's a pause. Then she says, if this gets out, we all go down that line, ripped straight into headlines. We all go down. Who else is she referring to? Blueface? CPS contacts? Another family member? Nobody knows for sure. But one thing is clear. The storm isn't over. It's just beginning. As the full 9-minute audio clip continued spreading like wildfire, the reaction from the public was immediate and relentless. Overnight, Chrisean Rock's name dominated every trending list from #1 on Twitter, X to the front page of Reddit. The internet was done playing neutral. They lied to her, set her up, and laughed while she broke down. This was never about the baby. This was about control. Everyone who touched that plan should be charged. TikTok creators posted deep dive breakdowns with titles like Carlisa's voice confirmed how they stole baby Junior Blueface. Involvement exposed in full audio. This was a setup, and the world watched it happen. One creator's tearful reaction video hit 18 million views in less than 12 hours. With comments like, "This ain't tea. This is a trauma documentary playing out in real time. Y'all bullied this woman while she was fighting for her child. Disgusting." Even influencers who had previously stayed silent couldn't look away. YouTuber Lovelighty went live with the title, "This ain't no custody battle. This was a kidnapping in disguise." Charlemagne Thaw, God called it the most calculated betrayal I've seen on wax. The Breakfast Club ran a special segment on toxic family power plays. An entire panel of therapists. Imagine giving birth, loving your son with your whole soul, and the people around you trick you into losing him. And then laugh. Y'all are evil. Tamar Braxton followed with, "This not messy, this is evil." Carlisa gotta be held accountable. Cardi B, who's been watching from the sidelines, finally broke her silence in a single post that racked up nearly 1 million likes in an hour. The industry gaslighted that girl. Her man, his mama, social media. And she still stood up and fought. She's stronger than all of us. And now the tide was turning in more ways than one. Brands started dropping Blueface fast. A major energy drink company quietly removed his promotional link. His feature on an upcoming project was scrapped. A sneaker collab was postponed indefinitely, according to an insider leak on a verified gossip blog. Multiple sponsors are pulling funding while reviewing Blueface's involvement. In the conspiracy, his social media following plummeted. Comments flooded with snake emojis, canceled spam, and death threats. You let your baby mama fall apart. For what, clout? You're a father. You're a fraud. You need to get a lawyer, not a microphone. But the biggest blow came from inside his own circle. One of his former 8 bodyguards anonymously told a tabloid, "We all knew something was going on with Carlisa. Blue just kept saying, 'Let my mama handle it.' He didn't ask questions. Didn't want to know." Meanwhile, SP has faced its own PR nightmare. Petitions were launched demanding accountability. Remove Carlisa from guardianship. Audit the custody decision immediately. Launch an external investigation into the CPS official who signed off. One petition hit 325,000 plus signatures in 18 hours. Parenting, blogs, and child advocacy. Orgs began using Chrisean's case as a rallying cry. A young black mother was stripped of her child because she cried on IG, not because she was unfit, because she was vulnerable. CPS issued a second public statement. "We are working with external partners to reassess the situation. Our priority remains the safety and well-being of the child." But fans weren't convinced. Your priority was Carlos's agenda. You never protected that baby. You helped them take him. We want resignations. Meanwhile, Chrisean posted her first full statement to Instagram. "This was never about drama. This was about my baby. I didn't fold. I didn't lose my mind. I was grieving, and now I'm fighting. Thank you to the ones who never turned their back." Her post hit 4 million likes in one day. Blueface's last story. Deleted, Carlisa's account still locked. The pressure was mounting, and then came one final shockwave. TMZ reported that the district attorney has officially requested all materials related to the audio leak. Text messages and police report for consideration in a potential criminal case. Yes. Criminal charges may be coming. Conspiracy, coercion, custody, interference, and the court date. Rumored to be just days away. Now the entire industry is watching, because this isn't just about Baby Jr. anymore. This is about truth, power, and the cost of betrayal. And the next move could put someone behind bars just when the internet thought the case couldn't get any more twisted. The courtroom dropped a bomb that silenced everyone in an emergency hearing held behind closed doors. Chrisean's legal team presented new evidence even the public hadn't seen. And according to multiple insiders sitting just outside the chamber, it was surveillance footage not from the motel, not from a CPS office, but from Carlos's own home, leaked through a now deactivated burner account. The footage allegedly shows Carlisa on the phone with Blueface, pacing her kitchen 2 days before the custody switch, while Baby Jr. is seen crying alone on the couch Trinae, and we seen crying alone. And for nearly 40 minutes in the call, Carlisa reportedly says, "Let her keep crying. I ain't about to be no full-time babysitter. This is just for show." Anyway, the courtroom was stunned. Even the judge, according to one source, paused and said, "This changes everything." The video was entered into the official record, and suddenly, CPS had to answer for a new question. How did Carlisa get custody when she clearly never intended to care for the child in the first place? The pressure reached critical mass. But then another twist hit like lightning. As Chrisean's team left the courthouse, a reporter asked, "Will Blueface be charged?" Her attorney didn't say a word. He just smiled and said, "We're not done yet." And just hours later, it happened. A subpoena was issued for Blueface. He is now legally required to testify in the ongoing investigation. Failure to appear, contempt charges, false statements, perjury, caught lying about the conspiracy. He could face jail time. Suddenly, the man who spent weeks mocking Chrisean's pain in songs, stories, and lives was cornered, and insiders say his camp is panicking. Even worse, rumors now suggest he's considering flipping on his own mother. He's telling people he had nothing to do with the actual plan. He's scared. He doesn't want to go down for Carlisa's mess. That means saving his label deals? He'll turn fast. And that's when Chrisean posted again. It's just one sentence. Let the snakes eat each other. Fans lost it. Oh, she ready? He'd gone fold like laundry. They thought she was done, but she's just getting started. And now the question isn't if the case will explode. It's who's going down first. Will Blueface flip on? Carlisa in court. Will Carlisa flee before facing charges? Will CPS revoke custody entirely and hand Baby Jr. back? But the biggest question of all, what happens when Chrisean finally faces them both in open court with every message, every voice note, and every betrayal played out for the world to see? Because that moment is coming fast. And when it does, this saga won't just break headlines. It'll break legacies. Stay close. The next chapter might begin. In handcuffs, you've just witnessed betrayal, manipulation, and a mother's fight for justice like never before. What started as silence in a motel room has now erupted into a legal war that could take down an entire family. Chrisean Rock didn't disappear. She didn't lose. She got up. She fought back. And now the whole truth is unraveling. From secret recordings to surveillance footage. From police reports to court subpoenas. This isn't just drama anymore. This is a case that could end in handcuffs. So now we ask you, should Blueface be held accountable for his role in the setup? Was Carlisa always the mastermind? Or is someone else pulling the strings behind the scenes? And most importantly, will Baby Jr. finally be returned to his mother? Drop your answers in the comments. We're watching every theory, every reaction, every take. Whose side are you on? #Team Chrisean or #Team Exposed. Comment below.